What's up, y'all? It's Chief Silent, Black Hawk, back at it with another lesson. Before I start this lesson, I would like to send peace, positive energy going to the ladies out here. No matter what race or what color you is, I would like to send peace, love, and respect on to you. I would also like to send peace on to the fellas out here. I would like to send peace on y'all, on to the fellas. Uh, I would also like to send peace to the Queen of Heaven and Earth, my mother Isis. Now, light and peace to all the Orishas. I would also like some peace um, to the beings that are not in alignment with themselves and don't know who they are. I would like some peace to the planet, peace to the cosmos. Yeah. Basically, tonight I received a message by the Queen of Heaven and Earth to speak on Enlil. Right, so you have to understand who you think is the devil is not the devil. And who you think is bad is not really bad. Right? So Enlil, like we told you about Enlil is Yakub, right? Or what Rashad Jamal was talking about Zeus, right? He was giving you these names that was breaking down who we against, but he was basically telling you that it was Enlil. Enlil is Zeus, he Yakub, he all that. That's Enlil. Right? So Enlil, he looked just like us, right? He has our same type of structure, our skin tone, hair, all that shit, but he's against us and he's against the land. And he's against the queen of heaven and earth. He was one of her, I believe, sons that went against her. He didn't believe in what she was as the queen. He didn't want her to be the ruler of the, on the planet. He didn't want her to be that. So he went against her, and then we got into a war with him. We got into a war with him that lasted for a lot of centuries here on the land. Right? And this is the story that they tell you about in the book of Revelations in the Bible, how a dragon came down from the heavens to the earth to cast away evil on the land. That was the queen of heaven and earth. That was Isis. Right? She came in uh to get rid of Enlil bullshit, get rid of his bitch ass and what he was trying to do to the land. Um, that's the, that's the shit they're talking about, really. Queen of Heaven and Earth and Enlil, right? So he he the one that we into it with now. He tricked us and flipped the script to where he made us think that the good was bad and that the bad is good, right? So if you uh practice in magic, right, they gonna automatically say you worship the devil, right? But if we looking at the representations of the devil represent everything that we are. The 5-point star represents spirit. It represents the 5 elements: water, fire, air, earth, and spirit. Right? Balancing off the 360 degree. Which is representing the alchemical connection between these symbols that we have. Right? So all this shit is representing us, but they telling us that it's the devil, it's Lucifer, it's Satan. Don't believe in it. But it's our shit. Right? And then we had a point to where the white folk was the ones that was believing in that shit over us, and it was our shit. Right? So they believing in so-called Lucifer, right? They believing in so-called Lucifer, but the shit they believing in is our shit, and it's natural shit to life. This is natural life shit. But we don't know what the fuck we is. So we think it's some demonic bullshit. When the whole time is our shit. 6-point star, Star of David, that represents air and water. The father line and the mother line. The air is representing the lion off the blue lodge, balancing off the left hand onto the right hand off the mother, which would be the bottom right stone, giving the order to the left stone onto the right hand. That's what they represent. So this all our shit. But he got us on the land thinking that this is the devil. The devil. All these scary movies you see with a 5-point star or what they would call a goat head, you think that's some bad shit and it's all your shit. They tricked the fuck out of us. But he the one that got these motherfuckers out here tricking us. Right? My last lesson I did 4 days ago or 3 days ago, whatever it was, I talked about religion and how they use these prophets, right, for these certain religions to be a god for that certain culture. But the defect in that is that everything that these prophets have is our shit. Right? So that's why I talked about Lord Sylvia. Lord Sylvia is a fucking man and a woman. That's what Lord Sylvia is. It's a man and a woman. Right? So why the fuck is a man and a woman considered a god? All in one body. It's a man and a woman in one body. How the fuck is that a god? This motherfucker is a transgender god. Right? If you really get down into it, it's a transgender god. Because the motherfucker has the upper body of a man, but it got the face of a female. Right? So it's a male and a female at the same time. But what I had told you in my last video is that what they like to do is they like to switch the energy onto the left hand, which will be the father line. The father line plays off the left when the mother line play off the right. So us coming down here, we gonna balance off the left off to the right hand. Right? We bouncing off the two. But they like to switch the energy to where we just going off the left hand, which would be the father line. Right? Or what they'll try to do is they'll try to put the energy off the father line onto the right hand and try to put the energy onto the mother line onto the left hand. Right? So when you see in the Lord Sylvia, when you seeing the whole Lord Syria, that's basically what they doing. They pitting the father line energy onto the right hand, and they pitting the mother line energy onto the left hand, which is going against the laws of natures and principles of life. That ain't the way we do shit. Right? So when you looking at shit, we believing that the shit that's around here is bad, but the whole time is our shit. Right? And then, like how I mentioned, the things that you think is good really be bad. Like I just explained about the Lord Serious shit. They really on some bullshit, but they got us believing that this some shit in their culture, but they really on some bullshit with us. Right? And they mocking energies. Right? So we don't even fucking know what's going on because we ain't even in tune. And Enlil is behind all this shit. He the one that's doing all this shit. He's the mastermind behind it. Right? But we just ain't intelligent enough to realize what the fuck this nigga doing. We can't figure out, well, we wasn't able to figure out what he was doing. But now we figuring out what the fuck this nigga been doing. He made you think Freemasonry was some devilish shit when the whole time Freemasonry is our shit. That's why I've been telling y'all. I told y'all to stop thinking Freemasonry was bad. That's our shit. That came from the Queen of Heaven and Earth giving us the keys and the power off the right hand to study our own selves. That's what that is. It don't got nothing to do with no satanic Luciferian sell your soul blood sacrifice. It don't got nothing to do with that. Right now, you got the 32-degree Freemasons there. They might be on that bullshit, but the 33-degree Masons, they ain't on that type of shit. Right? So motherfuckers don't even know the difference between a 33-degree and a 32-degree. Because the 33-degree is going to balance off the left hand onto the right hand onto the mother line. So when you see in the 33-degree, it's balancing off the left and off the right. That's what that means. But if you pick the 32-degree, then it's just balancing off uh, the right hand off the father line, which is not where it's supposed to be. The right hand, like I said, is the mother line. The left hand is the father line. But they put the two on the right to where you balancing off the father line rather than bouncing off the mother line. So they put the energy in reverse to where it's not in this full alignment the way it needs to be. That's basically what they telling. And that's where the double-headed eagle come from. The eagle on the right hand is off the father line trying to play on the right hand, and then the eagle on the left hand is the mother line playing off the father line off the left hand. Right? So Enlil, he got us tricked into believing that our shit is the bad shit and that the shit that he's putting out, right, that's the shit you need to be fucking with. When the whole time that shit ain't meant for us. And it never was meant for us. I know I already talked about this shit before, but I just have to keep put more emphasis on it just to get motherfuckers to get a clear understanding of this shit. Because Enlil, he know who he is. He know exactly who we are on the land. He know who the Queen of Heaven and Earth is. And he know that her sons is down here. I'm one of them. Right? So this motherfucker, he know we down here, right? But he just don't give a fuck. That's why he always, do what he do. Send motherfuckers to fuck with us and shit and try to do something to us and shit because he know what we down here to do. We down here to get rid of his bitch ass. I don't even like speaking on them. I don't even like the fact that I even got to make this video talking on this motherfucker. Cause I don't like him. He even did too much. He even did way too much down here. And that nigga need to be held accountable for it. Right? So Rod Hayes gave a statement out and he was talking about how the galactic court system put him in prison. Um I'm I'm against it. I'm against putting him in jail. The reason why I'm against Enlil being in jail is because I feel like there's no justice that was served by that. He been doing the shit he been doing on the land for all these years, and we have fought against him for all these years. The best thing we could do in the situation is just put him in jail. Like I don't. For me, I can't agree with that. I feel like the nigga need to be dead. Enlil don't need to be alive. That nigga don't need to be breathing. He need to be dead. Cause ain't that I have a fear. I ain't scared of the motherfucker. It's just that I have uh a thought in my mind, and not a worry, but just a thought in my mind is if this nigga get out, he gonna go back to doing the same shit he was doing before. And that's the shit I don't want because what that's gonna have to what's what that is gonna do is have us fighting again on the land, and then if we get killed off, we're gonna have to come back to this motherfucker and do this shit all over again. Right? Because that's gonna be later down because he got some time to do, but eventually shit gonna catch up, and I just don't want that motherfucker breathing. I don't want him to even have the knowing that it's a possibility he could get out. I just don't want that because the nigga done did too much. He did way too much. From the shit that I know, he did too much. If you did if you did a lot of bad shit in the world, you shouldn't be taken lightly, right? But this is how you know there's a difference between the earth laws and the cosmic laws. The earth laws, right? You do one little thing that caused a death by shit, just one person, they'll, send your ass to execution. Right, but when you dealing with the cosmos, they play fair. So even though Enlil did all the bullshit he did here on Earth, the cosmos still gave him, I ain't gonna say grace, but still gave him an opportunity to try to fix all the shit he did. But to me, ain't no fixing what he did, nigga. You did what you did. That's something a motherfucker just can't forgive. I would never forgive him because he did too much bullshit, you know. So I never forgive him. I don't give a fuck what motherfuckers say. I never forgive Enlil. Fuck him. I hope he die a slow, gruesome motherfucking death, and I mean it. Cause he did way too much. I don't know why the fuck we put the nigga in prison. I just don't know why we did that. I just don't know why we just couldn't kill him. Cause I can't rest lightly. I can't sleep because I know this nigga still alive. And some of his kids are still around here. Some of them. They don't need to be because they gonna have to go somewhere. Because these hurricanes that's taking place with the Queen of Heaven and Earth, um, what she got going on, this shit gonna hit them full force. So they gonna have to get the fuck up out of here. I don't have the I ain't gonna say I don't have the knowledge, but wherever they go, I don't know, they gonna go somewhere. I don't know if they go where Enlil at in prison. I don't know where they gonna go. But they gonna go somewhere. Like some of them already is now though. It's still some here, but you got some that done got taken away from this motherfucker. Cause uh some of the biggest representatives of Enlil had already been taken away in plain sight. We just didn't know it. Some of his biggest representatives. Right. That's why you was seeing all that shit going on in Hollywood with the whole sex trafficking and pedophilia and Pizzagate, all that old shit. That was all cosmic law working down here on Earth. And who was ever responsible for the bullshit that was going on the land, they was getting dealt with. And that's why a lot of them ain't here no more. Right. So this shit was going on in plain sight, but we wasn't catching it because we ain't, paying attention what's going on in Hollywood because we don't give a fuck. But this the shit that was taking place, right? This is why certain people are starting to say that Hollyweird don't exist no more. And I understand why people will say Hollyweird don't exist no more because all the weird motherfuckers is gone. Cause the motherfuckers you thought was weird wasn't even weird. They was on our side, but you know, they in Hollywood and motherfuckers think everybody in Hollywood on that weird shit motherfuckers didn't know. This why you got some people in Hollywood that be trying to feel motivated to be woke and tell some shit that's going on in Hollywood because they know it's a different type of time, out there now. You know. So in Leo, he he done all this shit to us, right, to confuse us and trick us and have us what they would call mind fucked. So we all got mind fucked, right? And we don't even know who laying the wood on us. We don't even know who's stroking us the way they doing this. We don't even know. Cause what we gonna do, oh, it's a white man. It's a white man. They doing it to us. It's white people. All Caucasian, all Neanderthals that came from the Caucasus Mountains. All of them. They doing it to us. It ain't them doing it. It's a nigga that look just like you. It's an undercover brother that's doing all this bullshit to you. Right? You see all of those statues overseas in Italy, Scotland, all these other places. You'll see a white statue, right? With a butt naked motherfucker, but then you see a statue with a black motherfucker. And you don't think nothing of it. Why is there a black statue? Right. If they don't like our people, why the fuck is there black statues in Europe? That don't make sense. Because they telling you who the enemy is. But you so focused on the art, you ain't even realizing what it's telling you. You ain't even realizing what's going on. You will look at that and think that's something good to see a black statue in Europe. Like that's a monument, something to uh be proud of for your heritage. Well, the whole time these motherfuckers ain't even part of your heritage. These motherfuckers is the ones that tried to destroy your family genetic line. These are the same motherfuckers, and they look exactly like you, but you don't pay no attention to it because you don't think that shit means something deeper than what you think, but they do. Now, I also made a statement in a video I made, I think 2 months ago. I talked about how black churches being in our communities is the biggest downfall for our people because you getting us to believe in a God that ain't real, believing in a God that ain't even real. And secondly, look who they having teach us about God in the hood. Look who they got teaching us. They got niggas teaching us. Ain't no other races teaching us in the hood about God. It's always a nigga teaching us about this God. So what is that telling you? It's telling you that the same person that's in front of you teaching about this God is the same one that took the God out of you. The same one. So basically all he doing is reenacting what he did a couple years ago to you. But you just don't catch it. So when he telling you close your eyes, close your hands, pray and sing and shout, that's the same shit they was doing to us back then, but we don't even fucking catch it. That was a whole ritual that motherfucker performed on you in church, live on Sunday. Whole ritual. We had the book and they had the land. If that ain't the same shit you doing in church, it's the same shit. We got the Bible, we reading the Bible, but these motherfuckers got the land. Cause most of these pastors, them motherfuckers teach all type of shit, give a good lesson, but them niggas is driving home in BMWs and shit and Cadillacs, all type of shit, and you ain't got nothing. You just as fucked up as you was the day before you went to church. You just as fucked up. And them motherfuckers riding home with new 2023 cars and all that old shit. Because all of these churches is in connections with Enlil and shit. All this shit is in connections with him because this shit wasn't here. We never had churches. All this shit is designed by Enlil. So you don't think a Baptist church ain't got nothing to do with the popes and all them? Yeah, they got something to do with that. They in cahoots with all that shit. They all connected. And certain churches get paid by the government. You feel what I'm saying? You know, so um this is what it is, man. He tricked us. He had us thinking this shit bad, but this our shit. And then the shit he want us to look at, we believe in. And we think it's good when the whole time it's against us. right? But this is why Enlil is a deceiver. That's why he's a deceiver, because he's able to hide himself through different vessels, through different appearances. He's able to hide himself. That's why he is what he is. You know. But I'm about to go ahead and get off of here. I said enough. I gave enough information. I'd like to send peace to the ladies, peace to the men out here, the fellas out here, peace to the cosmos, peace to the planet, peace to the Queen of Heaven and Earth, peace to all your wishes, peace to the Black Hawks out there. From one conscious mind to another, we all got each other. Great minds think alike. Two great minds is greater than one mind, but one great mind is greater than no mind at all. One mind tells all, but two minds speak a little. Thought we say this Chief Silent Black Hawk. Y'all be safe out here. Peace.